I knew one day, I used to say, God, please take me in my sleep tonight, you know, because he's going to do it, and it's going to be in a horrifying way. My head slammed, I stopped breathing at one time, I was treated at the hospital, my face bruised, I've been thrown out of cars, downstairs, I've been, my head slammed on tables, it's always trying to do head damage to me. But I had, you know, the biggest thought in my life is that you can't take me because I have to be okay for my 3 children. That I had to put up. I couldn't reach out to other people because he would kill me.
The problem with domestic violence is it's not always physical. His beating of her was compounded by the psychological beating that she took from him, so to speak. What happens is when a domestic violence victim finally gets the courage to break free and wants to get away from the abuser, they will use any other means they can to get the control back. In this particular situation, this gentleman got the control back by abusing her in the court system. She's currently involved in no less than 5 legal actions because of this man. Without our services, he would continue to abuse her.
I can't afford an attorney. I'm trying to support 3 children. I'm a single mom. I do house cleaning and office cleaning, taking off of work to fight it and prepare papers. And he doesn't want to pay child support either. He's trying to sue me for $500,000.
We have represented her in a family offense situation. Ongoing, he constantly violates it. We have represented her numerous times in the custody and visitation matter. We currently have gotten her pro bono support for the other matters, some guardianship issues, there's child support.
Couldn't thank them enough. I feel like a little guardian angel's over me. I felt so alone without them. And with them, I feel like justice will be served.
We really touch their lives. It's not just a legal practice, it's really a human practice. And we empower clients to be able to deal with living in our society, which is difficult for low-income people. I had one family law case where a grandmother was really raising her grandchildren. Her daughter was very, very ill with cancer and lingered for about 1.5 years. And when she passed away, the children's father wanted to take the children and move to Puerto Rico. And unfortunately, the law at that time was really not on her side. And I couldn't get her to keep the children, but I got her a significant amount of visitation, contact with them in Puerto Rico. They come for the summers. So that was very difficult. It was one of the cases that I could say I lost sleep over.
It's somebody like me has been living here for so many years and then have to be put in the streets and, you know, put out. And where a handicap, where am I supposed to go? They doesn't care. You want people out because they don't pay the rent, but I did pay the rent. They kept harassing me to go to court, and the judge found out it was a harassment. It had nothing to do with paying rent, so then the judge says, you need to get a lawyer.
The case involved a new landlord who wanted to rid himself of old tenants, that is, tenants who'd been here for a long period of time, and who therefore had very low rents.
He came to me because I'm handicapped. I couldn't get to him, and so he came to me.
My job involves senior citizens only, people 60 years of age and older, hundreds per year. I don't know.
He's a very nice person. He's very easy to talk to, and we sit and we talk.
This is why I went to law school, and this is what I have always done and will continue to do. But it's a very broad practice. We have landlord-tenant health issues, entitlements, rights, government incomes, and that sort of thing.
And he worked everything out for me, and we went to court, and we won the case.
At the moment I have a number of cases with people who had substantial incomes and no longer enjoy that kind of job or income base, and they're now in trouble with their houses and turn to what's commonly known as predatory lenders. They're not satisfied with merely charging high fees and high interest rates, but rather they buy the house. So when they come to me, they've sold their house for next to nothing, and I meet them in court where they're being evicted from their own house as tenants now.
If you don't have legal service, then you'll be out in the streets, or you'll be in a shelter.
Mi hijo, Adam. My child is a special needs child, and I noticed that he seemed withdrawn. He would come home upset. He would cry. He seemed to be having problems keeping up with schoolwork, homework. I went to the school and I spoke to personnel there. Various calls, various meetings later with different persons of the school, and nothing was accomplished. And so I decided to contact legal services.
When a family comes to me when the child is, say, 6 or 8, it really makes a difference. We took a more active role, and I did attend meetings with the school district. I was able to get him into a smaller classroom with services that included speech and language, social skills, and counseling.
Many times, if there is a language barrier, people consider you to be ignorant and not be aware of your rights.
Every day when I go to work, I know that I'm fighting the good fight. And when I represent children, I know that I'm always on the right side.
Legal Services of the Hudson Valley is a not-for-profit organization that covers the 7 counties of the Hudson Valley, which are Westchester, Putnam, Dutchess, Orange, Ulster, Sullivan, and Rockland, and we have offices in 6 of those counties, in Westchester, Putnam, Dutchess, Ulster, and Orange. There is no other one representing people in the entire Hudson Valley. And there's no other law firm in the Hudson Valley doing the work of the comprehensive nature we do. We're talking about the basics of life, you know, an apartment, keeping your child at home, making sure you're not abused. It means everything to them. It's their life, and it can really enhance their lives forever. It can change their lives. It can uplift them, and there's just no feeling like it. There's not enough money in the world that can compensate you for the joy that you could bring to somebody that way. So we save someone from being evicted. They don't have to go to a homeless shelter. We make sure someone has health benefits. They don't have to go to the emergency room. It prevents the government from spending more money on those problems somewhere down the line. We have a $6 million budget. We have 60 employees, 30 attorneys, 15 paralegals. Last year we handled 10,000 cases. There's usually 2 to 4 people in each household positively affected by our representation. So we actually impact 20 to 40,000 people each year. But in the entire Hudson Valley, there's several 100,000 low-income and poor people who we really could represent, who need our representation. But right now we turn away 3 out of 5 people that contact us for help. There are 2 ways that you can help. If you're an attorney, you can donate or you can volunteer to work with our pro bono coordinator, and you can represent someone in a case of your choosing. Or if you're a concerned citizen, you can contact our office and you can donate to the organization to make sure that people have access to justice. We really desperately need help from the community to make sure that we can provide these services to people who live in your community, so any amount is welcome.
All I want is, you know, to be able to take a bicycle ride and come home and smile. Raise my children and let them be okay.